Do you have a friend that you really love? Your hearts are connected. If you do, you should tell them that. That shouldn't be something that's a guess. Take a look at how that was expressed in 1 Samuel chapter 18. The Bible says that Jonathan and David, their hearts were knit together. Now, Jonathan and David were very similar and very different at the same time. They were very similar in that they're both incredibly brave. Jonathan was a one-man army at one point and just started a battle and almost ended it by himself. In the same way, David, maybe about 5 years younger, single-handedly, with God's power, killed Goliath and won this victory. And yet very different. David was the eighth-born son of a farmer. Jonathan was the firstborn son of a king. And yet, these two men had a commonality in that they loved God. They believed in God and God's power to use them. And they expressed that. Jonathan overheard a conversation after the killing of Goliath with David and Saul, his father. And in listening to the conversation, it became clear to him that God's choice for the next king was David and not him. He was so okay with this that he follows up by meeting with David, making a covenant with him, and taking his robe off and taking his armor off and giving that to David, saying, "My dad's armor didn't fit you, but mine does. And you're going to be the next king." He voluntarily renounces this opportunity to be king. Now, it would be 20 years later before he would actually become the king, but it would happen. What happens in this passage is the expression of love and the expression of commitment. This is so important in friendship. There are so many misunderstandings that happen just throughout life. It can happen in marriage, it can happen in friendship. And what needs to be at the basis of that is we are committed to each other. We're going to stand together through thick and thin. And whatever misunderstandings we have, we're going to work out. That's what commitment tells each one. It's important to say words that we really feel. Because if we don't, the other person, they're not a mind reader. They don't know. So why don't you take some time today and express the commitment you have to your close friends.